with Weather Center Live. I'm meteorologist Chris Warren.
And I'm meteorologist Maria Larosa. It is a perfect example of a June day. We have summer-like heat, a disturbance in the tropics, and of course the threat for severe thunderstorms.
That's right, there is a
evening plans to head out of town or expecting someone to come into town. So a round of thunderstorms here for you, Chicago. Again, starting by the afternoon. Maybe the kids have practice, maybe not, with those showers and thunderstorms, and they are hit and miss, but all of them have the potential to put down a lot of rain and maybe some hail and damaging winds. As you can see, just a little shower right there. Chicago here, or Midway, I should say, is right about there. But a lot of the main action is still off to the west right now. And I-80, one of those interstates, if you're going to be heading out that way, 94, you could be running into some of those showers. But this is the power of the system right here. And you see a little bit of a curl in the radar. That's that area of low pressure. Already some pretty heavy rainfall as it's coming through portions of Nebraska into Iowa. And that is going to be where we're really going to see the start of potentially strong weather here. I-29 just about ready to see some of that heaviest clear. But as I mentioned, I-80 eastbound out of Omaha, not the best drives right now. In Kansas City, western and northwestern suburbs, okay. But if you're heading northward out of town, that's where you're running into some of that hefty weather. Here's the outlook. We go all the way from Denver. Once again, upslope foe being the trigger there. But then you have our big system off to the east here. That'll be for Des Moines, Chicago, Detroit. Primary threats being damaging wind and hail. But yes, 4 out of 10 on the Torcon today for southwest Iowa into northwestern Missouri. Southeast Nebraska and northeast Kansas, a 3 out of 10 here. So a good day, Chris. Obviously, to keep it close to the Weather Channel will get you through the afternoon.
It is
Drought
amazing.
plus flooding divided by 2 is average.
And so this is right.
I mean, right?
And this is really gonna tell the story here, Maria. So you see here. So what we're gonna look at right now is here's January 1st, right? And put this into motion. And as we do, we're gonna see the worst of the drought. Eventually.
I don't think the clicker's working. There we go.
Click.
Oh, I see it's clicking on mine. I think we have a technical. You might have the
a bit
other
of a
max.
technical issue. This should be max 3
max
is
1,
what we should have.
Actually, max
1.
But it is a movie of the drought going away. So basically, there are very few abnormally dry spots in Texas even.
Right. So it's the exact opposite of what you have in California and in Nevada, where we have such horrible drought still. The worst of the worst is that darkest of the red.
Right.
And so some people are saying the future of Las Vegas depends on what's at the bottom of Lake Mead, if you can imagine that, not just the water in it.
Right, and that's where a giant 19,000-pound plug sits at the mouth of a 3-mile tunnel. NBC's Harry Smith explains why the plug is so vital with a fascinating tour deep underground. It's Maria Larosa.
And I'm meteorologist Chris Warren. The places where we could see more scenes like that coming up. Also, heat is a big story we're following here on Weather Center Live. And something in the tropics.
For a change, right? I mean, it's been busy, especially Eastern Pacific, so we're going to take... Yeah, we've got all of those places on the map right now. You've got Chicago looking quiet right now, but you've got this little line making its way towards you. And then, of course, all of this torrential rainfall starting to clear out of Omaha, Des Moines. You're still about ready to get into the thick of it. In Kansas City, north of you, you're seeing some of that heavier rain. But this is what's happening now. We do expect that some of this will be developing into the afternoon and evening. So here we go in the Chicagoland area, westbound I-9. You've got plenty of lightning, no severe warnings right now, but you see a lot of the orange. That's torrential rainfall. Not fun to be out on the roadways. And speaking of, if you're heading out of Kansas City, I-35 up towards Des Moines, you've got a lot of heavy rain. We have some flooding concerns there, flash flooding watches that have been posted out until this evening because we could easily see 1 to 2 inches of rainfall with some of these batches of rain. But definitely concerned about the severe threat. And we go all the way from Denver to Detroit, with the main threats being the heavy rain, the gusty winds, but we cannot rule out tornadoes today, as we expect later today some of those more discrete thunderstorms, possibly some rotation. So we have a 4 out of 10 on the Torcon for portions of Iowa, 3 out of 10 for northeastern Nebraska and northeastern Kansas. So relatively low on the scale, not 0. Good day to make sure you have a way to get warnings, because it could be that kind of day. As you're looking through tomorrow, we're seeing a few rounds of thunderstorms, but it's all along a boundary in that system that's trying to pull off to the east. So tomorrow it's still into the Great Lakes area. We see a little bit further of a southern push here on Saturday, but Kansas City, St. Louis still on track, Chris, to see some of that rainfall.